Hey everybody, welcome to class today. Today is going to be an all levels but very challenging long holds class. So we don't get into anything too complicated. There is a couple of opportunities to get into crow pose, headstand and pincher, but they're completely optional. And apart from that, we don't really get into anything particularly fancy, but we hold everything for about 10 breaths or so. And there's some flow in between there, so we do our sun salutations, etc., but it's mostly long holds, so that's going to be like planks, side planks, dolphin poses, etc. If you enjoy these classes, please remember to like and subscribe and tell a friend, and if you've got comments or feedback, please let me know in the comments section below. So one thing I do want to say about classes like this is they're challenging, not just from a physical point of view, but also from a mental point of view, because you get to a point where you're like, oh my god, I've been here for so long, and then your brain starts to do this freak out kind of thing. So part of the challenge of that is really coming back to your breath, and so that's what sets things like this apart from being just exercise and yoga, is you've got your breath to ground you and stay steady with it. So I'd encourage you that obviously take a break when you need to, but when you get to that point where you feel like it's just your brain going, I don't want to be here anymore, this is really uncomfortable, come back to your breath and then challenge yourself to stay a little longer than what you might usually, because that's where you're going to reach the next level. That's where you're going to build strength, and that's when you're going to be able to level up your practice. Anyway, we are going to get started in a long plank hold. So if you need to warm up your wrists or anything like that, please go and do that, and then I will meet you in a high plank. Starting in a high plank pose, spread the fingers nice and wide, wrists underneath the shoulders, energy through the legs, nice neutral spine, draw the shoulder blades down the back. We're going to take 10 long, slow, deep breaths here. So start to engage your Ujjayi Pranayama if that's in your practice. The back of your neck is long and your gaze is down towards the floor without letting your face fall down towards the floor. So actively press the floor away. You're gently gripping at the mat with your finger pads so your palms aren't completely flat, and you're pushing out of the wrists, not just collapsing into them. Send energy out through your heels. We get about 7 more breaths here. And drop to your knees if you need to. We've got 3 more breaths. Bring the inner edges of your feet together, ground down through your left hand, swivel to the outside edge of your left foot, and come into your side plank. Make sure that your shoulder is above your wrist or slightly behind it. If you need to stagger your feet or drop your bottom knee, you can do that. Once again, we're going to be here for 10 breaths. Draw your right hip on top of your left, and then lengthen through your spine like you're leaning up against a wall. Draw your head back in line with the rest of your body. And 7 more breaths. One more breath here. Take the right hand down. We'll come straight to the other side. Swivel to the outside edge of the right foot. Set up your alignment points on this side and then settle in for 10 breaths. 3 more breaths here. From here, we're going to set the left forearm down and then the right forearm down, coming into our forearm plank, and then walk your feet up towards the backs of your elbows, coming into your dolphin pose. Take as much of a bend in your knees as you need to lengthen through your spine here, and then shift forward so that your elbows are over, your shoulders are over your elbows, your forearms are parallel. Once again, we've got about 7 more breaths here. The longer you're here, you should be able to start to straighten out through your legs a little bit more. Release the tension through your neck. Maybe shake head, yes, no, release your jaw. One more breath here. And then we're going to step ourselves back into a forearm plank. No prizes for guessing. We're going to be here for 10 breaths. See if you can keep your forearms parallel. Your palms can face each other or they can face the floor. Think of actively drawing your elbows back towards your toes towards your elbows, and engage through your thighs so that you're not just dropping your pelvis down to the floor. Back of the neck is long, gaze is neutral down towards your thumbs. We got 7 more breaths. Angle your left forearm in as much as you need to make your shoulder feel stable. Shift to the outside edge of the left foot, stagger your feet or drop the bottom knee if you need to, and come into your baby Vashisthasana. Same alignment points as before, except now your shoulder is over your elbow instead of your wrist. And keep drawing that right hip forward slightly. Lengthen your spine like you're up against the wall. 7 more breaths. Take one more breath here, and then we're going to come to the other side. So bring your right forearm down to the outside edge of your right foot, and then take your left arm up. My husband's sitting at the kitchen table eating porridge for lunch, and he was making faces at me. We've got 6 more breaths. From here, you're going to plant your left hand, and then your right hand, we're coming back up to plank, and then you'll send your hips all the way up and back, downward facing dog. As you inhale, sweep the right leg up to the sky. As you exhale, shift forward, round the spine, knee to nose. Inhale, 3-legged dog. Exhale, shift forward, knee to nose. We'll take 3 more here. Shift forward, knee to nose, hold it. As you inhale, tap the shin to the floor, come into a neutral spine. And then as you exhale, press the floor away, round. Inhale, tap the shin. Exhale, press away. We've got 8 more. Last one. Inhale, three-legged dog. Take an exhale here. Keep your hip neutral. As you inhale, tap the right toes to the floor. As you exhale, engage your glute, lift the leg up. Inhale, tap the toes to the floor. Exhale, engage the glute, come up. We're going to do 3 more like this. Really squeeze your glutes at the top. You can do 5 more like this. Otherwise, as you inhale, you'll tap the elbows to the floor as the toes come down. And then as you exhale, you'll straighten through the arms as you lift the leg. So as you inhale, we come down into a dolphin. And then as you exhale, we come up into a 3-legged dog. We'll do 3 more like this. Inhaling your 3-legged dog. As you exhale, step the foot all the way between the hands. Set yourself up for crescent lunge. And as you inhale, bring yourself all the way up. Draw the right hip back slightly. Make sure you can see your right big toes, and make sure you're not sending your torso back. So bring your shoulders forward over your hips. Lengthen through the fingertips. Draw the shoulders away from the ears. And take 7 more breaths. Last breath here. On your next inhale, you're going to bring the arms out to a capital T. Palms will face down as you tap the left knee to the floor. And then as you exhale, arms come up, straighten the left knee. Inhale, tap the knee, arms come down. Exhale, arms come up, straighten the knee. We've got 8 more. So that front knee stays bent the whole time. Inhale in your crescent lunge. As you exhale, hands come down to the floor. Step back to plank. We're going to shift forward into our chaturanga. We're going to hold it for 10 breaths, so lower the knees if you need to. Inhale, shift forward. And then as you exhale, lower down. Walk the toes up a bit. Your shoulders are in line or a bit higher than your elbows. You're engaging through your thighs like you're in plank. Draw the shoulders out of the ears. Draw up a little bit through the lower belly. And then the gaze is down, energy out through the crown of the head. We've got 7 more breaths here. Two more breaths. Lower the knees, press the floor away, and then come all the way down, up into downward facing dog. As you inhale, sweep the left leg up towards the sky. As you exhale, shift forward, knee to nose. Inhale, 3-legged dog. Exhale, shift forward. 3 more here. Enjoy the movement. Last one. Hold that knee to the chest. As you inhale, tap the shin to the floor. Exhale, draw it into the chest. Inhale, shin to the floor. Exhale, draw it up. 8 more. One more. Inhale, come into your 3-legged dog. Take an exhale, stay here. Hip is neutral. As you inhale, tap the toes to the floor. As you exhale, engage the back of the leg, lift it up. Inhale, tap it down. Exhale, lift it up. 3 more like this. You can continue like this. Otherwise, as you inhale, the toes come down, the elbows drop. As you exhale, lift the elbows, lift the leg. Inhale, bring it all down. Exhale, lift it all up. 3 more. Take an inhale in your 3-legged dog. As you exhale, step it all the way through. Set yourself up for crescent lunge. Second side, settle in for 10 breaths. Same alignment points as the first side. Three more breaths. Bring the hands out in front of you, palms face down, hands in line with the shoulders. As you inhale, you're going to drop the back knee and cactus the arm. So it's like a horizontal cactus. The elbows draw to the back of the room. And then as you exhale, straighten the back knee, arms reach forward. Inhale, draw the shoulder blades together, tap the back knee. Exhale, send the arms forward, straighten the back knee. So that front leg is staying bent the whole time. We've got 7 more. One more. Inhale, arms come up into crescent. And then as you exhale, hands find the floor. Step back into your plank pose. We're going to come into that chaturanga hold again. So inhale, shift forward. As you exhale, lower down. Set up your alignment. 10 breaths. One more breath. Lower all the way down to the belly. Bring the forearms to the ground, elbows underneath the shoulders. Press the tops of the feet into the floor, Sphinx pose. Draw the elbows back towards the hips. Draw the sternum through the gateway of the arms and draw the shoulders away from the ears. Gently press your pubic bone down into the floor. And then the gaze is neutral, so probably down in between your thumbs. So it's a really active pose. Gently draw the lower belly away from the floor. So you're not clenching through your abs, but you're not just like kind of hanging out here and just dumping into your lower back. You're actively lengthening through your spine. We're going to take 3 more breaths here. Keep your upper body in Sphinx. You're going to tuck under your toes. Take an inhale. As you exhale, engage through your thighs, lift your knees, and then press into your elbows. Lift your pelvis off the floor. We're back in our forearm plank. As you inhale, you're going to swivel the heels to the right, tap the right hip to the floor. Exhale, come through center. Inhale, swivel the heels to the left, tap the left hip to the floor. Exhale through center. We've got 9 more on each side. Take it nice and slow. One more each side. Come through center. Set your knees down, untuck your toes. Slowly lower your thighs and your pelvis back into your Sphinx pose just for a breath. And then as you exhale, come all the way down onto the floor. We're going to set ourselves up for a Superman pose. So your first option would be to take your hands back behind you to make it a little bit easier. Your second option would be to reach your hands out in front of you to make this harder. Oops, I'm going to send my fan onto me. Take an inhale here. As you exhale, you're going to lift your legs, lift your arms, lift your torso, whether your arms are in front or behind you. Shoulders are working away from the ears, drawing your lower belly away from the floor, turning your toes in towards each other slightly, and then thinking of lengthening the whole length of the body. We're going to take 7 more breaths here. One more breath. And then slowly lower down. Bring the fingertips off to the edges of the mat, elbows up to the sky. Take an inhale, peel up, wide arm cobra. And then as you exhale, drop your right shoulder, look to the left. Inhale, come through center. Exhale, drop your left shoulder, look to the right. Inhale, come through center. One more each side. Inhale, come back up through center. And then as you exhale, peel it down. Hands come underneath the shoulders, tuck under the toes, take an inhale. We're coming to chaturanga. As you exhale, your knees can be up or down. Hold it for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Press back up to plank pose and then downward facing dog. Take a nice deep inhale here. And then as you exhale, look to the top of the mat, step, walk, or float your feet to the front. Take an inhale, halfway lift and lengthen. And then as you exhale, forward fold. Inhale, come all the way up to standing. And then as you exhale, forward fold. Surya Namaskar A. Inhale, lengthen. And then as you exhale, step, walk, or float, chaturanga. Inhale, we're going to come straight back to plank. Exhale, lower all the way to the belly. Untuck the toes. Inhale, peel the chest forward, baby cobra, elbows to the back of the room. And then as you exhale, tuck under the toes, knees up or down, plank pose, downward facing dog. Look, look towards the top, step, walk, or float. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, come all the way to stand. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, step, walk, or float, chaturanga. Inhale to plank. Exhale, lower all the way down. Inhale, baby cobra. Exhale, high plank. Inhale, downward dog. Exhale, step, walk, or float to the top. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Inhale, raise. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, plank. Exhale, lower all the way. Inhale, baby cobra. Exhale, high plank. Inhale, downward dog. Exhale, step, walk, or float. 2 more rounds. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Inhale, raise. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, plank. Exhale, lower all the way. Inhale, baby cobra. Exhale, plank. Inhale, downward dog. Exhale, step, walk, or float. Last round. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Inhale, raise. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, step, walk, or float, chaturanga. Inhale, plank. Exhale, all the way down. Inhale, baby cobra. Exhale, high plank. Inhale, downward dog. Exhale, step, walk, or float to the top. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. We're coming into chair pose. Bend the knees, send the hips back. Reach the arms forward. We're here for 10 breaths. Make sure that you can see your toes. Your weight is in your heels, but your toes are down. Even weight between both feet. Fingertips are reaching, but the shoulders are away from the ears, and your spine is neutral. So you're not trying to tuck your tail underneath you, and you're not trying to send it to the back of the room. It's just like you're standing, except you've hinged back at your hips, and then you've bent your knees. Your feet can be apart as long as your knees are apart. We're going to take 6 more breaths here. As you inhale, you're going to bring your hands down in line with your shoulders. As you exhale, shift the weight to the left foot, draw the right knee into the chest. Inhale, come back to your chair. Exhale, shift weight to the right foot, bring the left knee into the chest. Inhale, back to chair. So we're taking a little chair march. We're going to keep going from side to side, 9 more on each side. You're trying to make sure that that standing foot, the knee isn't just wobbling all over the place. So try and move through that leg as little as possible. Two more each side. Inhale into your chair. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, step, walk, or float, chaturanga. Inhale to plank. Exhale, lower all the way to the belly. Inhale, baby cobra. Exhale, high plank. Inhale, downward dog. As you exhale, step the right foot forward. We're coming up to crescent. Inhale, come all the way up. And then as you exhale, come back down. Option to keep the right leg floating, chaturanga. Inhale to plank. Exhale, lower all the way down. Inhale, baby cobra. Exhale, high plank. Inhale, downward dog. Exhale, step the left foot through. Inhale, crescent lunge. Exhale, plant the hands. As you inhale, send that left leg back, chaturanga. Exhale, press up to plank. Lower all the way down to the belly. Inhale, baby cobra. And then as you exhale, press the floor away, high plank. Inhale, downward facing dog. Exhale, step, walk, or float to the top. Inhale, halfway lift and lengthen. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, chair pose. Just one time as you exhale, right knee to chest. Inhale, set it down. Exhale, left knee to chest. Inhale, set it down. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale to plank. Exhale, all the way down. Inhale, baby cobra. Exhale, high plank. Inhale, downward dog. Exhale, step the right foot through. Inhale, crescent lunge. As you exhale, come all the way down, chaturanga. Option to keep the right leg floating. Inhale to plank. Exhale, lower to the belly. Inhale, baby cobra. Exhale, press the floor away, high plank. Inhale, downward dog. As you exhale, step the left foot forward. Inhale, crescent lunge. Exhale, chaturanga. Option with the left leg floating. Inhale to plank. Exhale, lower to the belly. Inhale, baby cobra. Exhale, press the floor away, high plank. Inhale, downward dog. Look to the top, step, walk, or float. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, chair pose. Exhale, right knee to chest. Inhale, chair. Exhale, left knee to chest. Inhale, chair. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale to plank. Exhale to the belly. Inhale, baby cobra. Exhale, high plank. Inhale, downward dog. Exhale, right foot steps. Inhale, crescent lunge. Exhale, your chaturanga. Inhale to plank. Exhale to the belly. Inhale, baby cobra. Exhale, high plank. Inhale, downward dog. Exhale, step the left foot forward. Inhale, crescent lunge. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale to plank. Exhale, all the way down. Inhale, baby cobra. Exhale, press the floor away. Inhale, downward dog. One more round. Exhale, step, walk or foot to the top. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, chair pose. Exhale, right knee to chest. Inhale, chair. Exhale, left knee to chest. Inhale, chair. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, plank. Exhale to the belly. Inhale, baby cobra. Exhale, high plank. Inhale, downward dog. Exhale, right foot steps. Inhale, crescent. Exhale, your chaturanga. Inhale to plank. Exhale to the belly. Inhale, baby cobra. Exhale, plank. Inhale, downward dog. Exhale, left leg. Inhale, crescent. Exhale, your chaturanga. Inhale, plank. Exhale to the belly. Inhale, baby cobra. Exhale, plank. Inhale, downward dog. Take an extra cycle of breath. Look to the top of the mat. Step, walk or float. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, chair pose. Exhale, right knee to chest. Inhale, press to stand. Tree pose. Sole of the right foot comes to the inner left thigh. Square your hips to the front of the mat. So see if you can keep both of your hip points forward as you draw the right knee towards the back of the mat. Stand tall through your spine. And then take your hands wherever feels good for you for 7 more breaths. From here, bring the hands to the heart center. The right ankle will slide over the bottom of the left leg. Sit your hips back into your figure 4 chair or your standing pigeon, Ekapada Agni Stambhasana. Send both hips back evenly. Once again, you're trying to reach that right knee actively down towards the floor. And then you can reach your arms out in front of you. You can hook your elbows over your shins, or your hands can stay at heart center. We take 6 more breaths here. As you inhale, you're going to sink a little lower. As you exhale, you're going to come up halfway. Inhale, come back down. Exhale, up halfway. Inhale, back down. We've got 8 more, so we're doing like little single leg mini squats. Take a break if you need to. Stay if you can. Your right leg is going to cross all the way over your left. Sit back down into that squat for eagle legs. Take your arms out to a capital T. Right arm comes underneath the left. You can take the full bind where the palms meet. The back of the hands can touch, or you can just come forearm to forearm and press the forearms together. We're here for 7 more breaths. Shoulders out of the ears. Stay calm in your breath. When you can't stay any longer, or you feel like you can't stay any longer, see if you can stay for 1 more breath. Last breath here. Keep your arms. Come to stand straight through that left leg, and then you're going to hinge forward into your warrior 3. Right hip draws down. Right heel is lifting towards the sky. Engage your right glute. Fingertips are reaching towards the front of the room. Keep that eagle bind. We're here for 7 more breaths. Last breath. And you're going to take the hands down to the floor, set the right foot down, forward fold, cross the left foot behind the right, and then you're going to walk your fingertips forward and to the right. See if you can reach your left fingertips more forward, stretch your left hip back, and then maybe start to look out underneath that left armpit. You should feel a nice stretch through your left side body. Take 1 more breath here. And then unwind your arms. You're going to keep your legs crossed. We're going to play around with a cross-legged crow just to get us off our feet for a second. So you could come into a regular crow. Otherwise, keep your ankles crossed. It's not that different. Bend your arms like you're coming into crow. The knees will come to the backs of the arms. Keep the ankles crossed. Shift the weight forward. And then see if you can squeeze your heels into your butt. Keep gripping the back of your arms with your legs. So actively squeeze your legs together and then press the floor away. So almost think of straightening out your elbows. We've got 6 more breaths here. And then you can step, walk, or float, chaturanga. Take it all the way back to downward facing dog. Look towards the top of the mat, step, walk, or float. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, chair pose. Exhale, left knee to chest. Keep your left knee here. Take an inhale. As you exhale, come all the way to standing. Sole of the left foot will come to the inner right thigh. I'm feeling like I missed something. I hope I didn't. Square your hips to the front of the mat. Draw the left knee back. Settle in for 7 more breaths. One more breath. Hands come to heart center. Left ankle slides over the bottom of the right thigh. Send the hips back, coming into your figure 4 chair. Take a break if you need to, stay if you can. We're going to come into those mini squats. So as you inhale, sink lower. As you exhale, come up halfway. Inhale, bring it down. Exhale, take it up. Inhale, bring it down. 8 more. You're going to slide that left leg all the way over the right, coming into your eagle legs, even off through your pelvis. So one hip will try and hike up, probably your right hip. Draw it down a little bit. Take your arms out to capital T. Left arm comes underneath the right for the double bind, or wherever you took it on the first side. One more breath. Whoops. From here, you'll unwind your left leg, keep your arms, tilt your pelvis forward, draw that left hip down in line with the right, even off through the waist. Send the left leg up towards the sky for your warrior 3. Two more breaths. Bring the hands down towards the floor. Cross the left foot in front of the right. Walk the hands over to the right. Reach the right hand forward more. And then draw the right hip back more, maybe coming to look out underneath your right armpit. And then bring it back to center. We're going to play around with that crow pose again. I'm going to give you the option to come into headstand this time. So keep the cross of the ankles. Maybe you're coming into regular crow. Otherwise, wherever you are, you're playing with that weight shift, resting the legs on the backs of the arms, bend into those chaturanga arms, press the floor away. Maybe you stay here. Maybe you're working with trying to lift one foot and then the other. Maybe the crown of the head comes towards the floor. Crown of the head, not the front of the head. Press the floor away as if your head wasn't even in the floor. Engage your glutes and send your legs up towards the sky. Keep hugging your elbows in and take 8 more breaths. If you came upside down, you're going to bend your knees, deliver your legs to the back of your arms, press the floor away, lift the crown of your head, and then with or without a chaturanga, you'll make your way into your downward facing dog. Take a nice deep inhale here, and a nice deep exhale. You're going to shift forward all the way into your plank pose. We're going to take some leg lifts, so you can do this from your knees as well. Take a nice deep inhale. As you exhale, you're just going to float the right leg off to the height of your hip so my pelvis doesn't change. I'm not dropping my hips to the floor. I'm engaging my glute and lifting that leg. Inhale, I'm slowly setting it back down to the floor so it doesn't make a sound. Exhale, I'm going to lift my left leg. I'm evening off through my pelvis, drawing my shoulders out of my ears. Inhale, set it down. We've got 9 more on each side, nice and slow. 2 more each side. My arms are shaking like spaghetti. And then you're going to send all the way up and back straight into your downward dog. Take a nice deep inhale. Take a nice deep exhale. We're going to come down onto our forearms. I'm going to give you a couple of options here. You can hang out in your dolphin. You can take those dolphin push-ups where you shift forward and you tap your nose in between your thumbs. Otherwise, you could come up into headstand or pincha mayurasana if either of those inversions is in your practice. If you're in pincha mayurasana, try and keep your forearms parallel and your elbows underneath your shoulders. Engage your glutes. I encourage you not to kick up against the wall. Learn how to fall would be my best advice to you. But if you kick up against the wall, it encourages you. You never learn how to find your balance point. You'll always just learn to overshoot. Three more breaths. And then slowly come back down. Everybody's going to meet in a forearm plank. And then we're going to angle that left forearm in. And we're going to come to a forearm plank on our left-hand side. Left knee can lower if you need to. Take an inhale. Without rotating your hip as you exhale, you're going to float that right leg up. Inhale, slow, control, set it down. Exhale, float the leg up. Inhale, bring it down. We've got 8 more here. And then we'll come through center and we'll take it straight over to the other side. So set up your right arm how you need it. Stack your left hip on top of your right. Take an inhale. As you exhale, float that left leg up. Inhale, set it down. 9 more. Nice and slow and controlled. And then come back through your forearm plank. Set your knees down, set your thighs and your pelvis down. Come into your Sphinx pose. Take a nice deep inhale. And take a nice deep exhale. 1 more here. And then we're going to come all the way down. We're going to come into an open bow pose because we haven't done a lot of back bending. So you're not going to grab onto your feet. You're going to interlace your fingers behind you or just reach your hands towards the back of the mat. Bend your knees. Your legs are going to stay parallel, so don't let your knees come wide. Take an inhale. Draw your shoulders away from the mat first. And then as you exhale, draw the lower belly away from the floor as you see if you can lift your thighs and lift your torso. If you can keep your collarbones and your shoulders nice and open, you can start to lift your hands away from your lower back and see if you can reach them between your heels. Actively curl your heels in towards your glutes and press the soles of your feet up towards the sky. Take 6 more breaths. Slowly release, hands underneath the shoulders. Take an inhale. As you exhale, press up high plank pose and then downward facing dog. Look towards the top of the mat. Step, walk, float. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, chair pose. As you exhale, right knee to chest. Inhale to chair. Exhale, left knee to chest. Inhale to chair. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, step, walk, or float. Chaturanga. Inhale to plank. Exhale, lower all the way down. Inhale, baby cobra. Exhale, press the floor away. High plank. Inhale, downward dog. As you exhale, step the right foot forward. Inhale, crescent lunge. This time as you exhale, open up, warrior two. So this is the deepest hip opener we're going to do. Oh, we did do that standing figure four chair, I suppose. Heel to arch alignment. Once again, make sure that you're not shifting your weight towards the back of your body. Draw your shoulders right over your hips. Sink nice and deep into that front leg. Make sure you can still see your front big toe, and then grow nice and tall out of your waist, that middle part of your body. Got 6 more breaths here. We're going to turn to face the long end of your mat. So turn both sets of toes out, and then we're going to come into our goddess squat. So you turn your legs out as much as you need to accommodate for your hips. Make sure that your knees are still drawing out. So don't let your knees, I can't see my feet from the outsides of my knees. I can see my big toes on the insides of my knees. Sit up nice and tall through your spine, and then your hands can come to wherever is comfortable for you. We're going to be here for 7 more breaths. Keep sinking lower and lower. One more breath. You're going to turn to warrior two at the front of the mat. Reverse your warrior as you inhale, reach back. As you exhale, cartwheel the hands down. We're coming into a chaturanga hold. So set up in your plank, take an inhale. And then as you exhale, lower down, chaturanga. You could stay here. Otherwise, exhale, float the right leg. Inhale, set it down. Exhale, float left. Inhale, set it down. 8 more on each side. 4 more on each side. One more each side. Lower all the way down. Inhale, baby cobra. As you exhale, press the floor away, high plank. Inhale, downward dog. As you exhale, step the left leg forward. Inhale, come up to crescent. And then as you exhale, set up your warrior two on your second side. Two more breaths. Once again, we're coming into our goddess pose. So swivel towards the long end of your mat. This time we're going to come up onto the tippy toes. So same thing, goddess pose, but now we're on our tippy toes. Make sure you're grounding down through your big toe and your pinky toe side of your foot. So don't just roll to the pinky toe side. We've got 8 more breaths. Arms can be wherever is good for you. One more breath. Pivot back to warrior two at the front of the mat. Inhale, reverse your warrior. And then as you exhale, cartwheel down to plank. We're coming into one more chaturanga hold. So inhale in your plank, shift forward. As you exhale, lower down. You can stay here, otherwise take an inhale. As you exhale, tap the right toes to the right. Inhale it in. Exhale to the left. Inhale it in. Exhale right. Inhale it in. Exhale left. Inhale it in. 6 more each side, nice and slow. One more. Lower all the way down to the belly. Bring that right arm out to a cactus position to the right of the mat. Press the floor away with the left hand. Look towards the left. You should feel a nice stretch through the front of the right shoulder. And then switch it out to the other side. From here, we're just going to roll onto our back. So nothing fancy. Just take a roll and end up on your back. And then we're going to come into a reverse Superman. So a low boat pose. So your lower back is going to be in the floor. Start by keeping your legs on the floor. Your hands support your head. Your head is heavy in your hands. Your elbows are wide. My lower back is on the floor. I'm lifting from my rib cage, sliding to my pelvis. So I'm not jutting my chin towards the sky. I'm not trying to yank my shoulders forward. I'm sliding my rib cage towards my pelvis to lift my upper back off the mat. This could be good for you. You could play around with floating one leg and then the other leg. Otherwise, if you're feeling good, you're going to float both legs. The higher up, the easier this will be. So go to your level. Let go of your ego. We've got 8 more breaths here. Two more breaths. Draw those knees in towards the chest. Set the feet down, hips distance apart, hands either down by the side or reaching up and overhead. Take an inhale. As you exhale, we're going to come up into our bridge pose. Take an inhale here. As you exhale, lift up onto the toes. Inhale, set it down. Exhale, lift up. Inhale, set it down. We'll do 8 more like this. You can stay here, otherwise we're going to take this single leg. So make sure that you don't drop through the right side of your pelvis as you float your right leg to tabletop. Take an inhale. As you exhale, raise up onto the left tippy toes. Inhale it down. Exhale it up. Inhale it down. We've got 8 more and we're going to stay on one leg. Stay with the left heel lifted. You can put the right foot down if you need a little bit of extra support. Otherwise, you're going to inhale, tap the hips to the floor. Exhale, bring it all the way up. You could also lower the left heel. Inhale, tap down. Exhale, bring it up. We've got 8 more. Yeet. You're going to come all the way back up into your bridge. So now you're on your tippy toes. You could have your right heel down. You could stay with both heels down. Otherwise, you're going to float that left leg up into tabletop. Make sure you don't drop the left side of the pelvis.
Inhale, lower the right heel. Exhale, lift it up. Inhale to lower. Exhale, lift it up. 8 more. You're going to stay on those right tippy toes. Inhale, tap the hips down. Exhale, lift up. Inhale, lower down. Exhale, lift up. We've got 8 more. And then set it down. Draw those knees in towards the chest. You're going to cross your right leg over your left as if you're coming into eagle legs, but then reach up and see if you can grab the outside edge of both of your feet. So this is like a supine Gomukhasana. So you're going to draw your feet towards you. You can also grab along your shins or your ankles if that's better for your body. And we're going to take this straight into a twist. So you're going to release your feet. You're going to slide your right foot up a little bit so that your ankle is on the thigh, and then just let your legs fall over towards the left. So the sole of your right foot is going to be on the floor. You're going to press that right knee actively away from you as you draw the right shoulder down towards the floor. You can hold on to your right foot with your left hand for a little bit of extra support. This is not a good twist for you. Find one that is. And then we're going to change directions. So this time you'll cross your left leg over your right as if you're coming into as if you're coming into Eagle Garudasana. And then you'll reach for the outer edges of your feet. Lay your head back down and then draw those feet in towards you. Playing around with the height of your feet from different angles. Find what works for you. And then you'll release the feet. We're coming into a twist, so let the sole of your left foot find the floor on the right. Draw the left shoulder down towards the floor, and then actively press the left knee down towards the bottom of your mat. My camera's set up on like a crate and a cooking pot, and then there's like a tiny little space behind it between it and like a stand with some plants and my computer on it. And my dog has just like wedged himself into that space, and all I can see is like his ears and his paw in front of the crate. He just wants to be involved. You're going to come back to center. Draw the knees in towards the chest. Reach for the outer edges of the feet, coming into your happy baby pose. If there's another pose you'd prefer to take here, certainly feel free to do it. You can play around with straightening one leg at a time, getting a little bit into the hamstrings. And then finding any other poses that your body needs, feel free to pause the video. And when you're ready, you'll curl yourself up into a tiny little ball. Take a nice deep breath in through the nose. And then a big open mouth exhale, Shavasana. Find your final resting position, whatever that looks like for you. Wherever you are, I encourage you to let your palms fall up towards the sky and take up space. So find somewhere that you can feel supported and relaxed. Let the tongue fall away from the roof of your mouth. Let the space between your eyebrows relax. Let your shoulders drop down. Let your pelvis and your belly relax. Let go of control of your breathing. And as always, feel free to stay here for as long as what serves you. Thank you so much for practicing with me today. Today, as you go forward, may you have calmness in your thoughts, clarity in your words, and generosity in your heart. Namaste.